Happy Tuesday and welcome to the venue live. My name is Roger Ramirez and this is Houston's first online live performance venue brought to you from R&R Studio. We're here in the studio today with Karina Nistal and the Conkers. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
It's a pleasure. I know it's cold outside and you had to go and I'm sure you were cold, but now you're not. So welcome. So let's start. Tell us your names and what you do in the band.
Karina Nistal, front, singer.
Awesome.
Teo Bijarro, I'm the blind bassist. I play bass in the band.
And follow him on YouTube, guys.
I'm Kat Kapelian. I play the flute and the saxophone in the band.
I am the Funky Buddha, drummer.
I'm Gilbert Juarez, trumpet.
My name is Theodore Juarez, and I play keys.
I'm Billy Sanders. I play electric guitar.
Awesome, man. Love the hair. Love the hair, bro.
Appreciate it.
So Funky Buddha, you're a cool guy too, man. I've heard good things about you.
Oh, thanks so
All
much,
right.
man.
So I saw one of your shows recently on Cloud Break Creative. It was cool. It was actually my first
Thanks
time
for
being out
coming.
there.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was nice having you there.
Thank you. It was a nice show. It was a kick-ass show.
Thank you.
I really enjoy the music because I don't think we have had your style here, and it's gonna be a nice addition to the type of music and
Thank you.
that we just bring, you know. Okay, so how long have y'all been together? Tell us a little bit of the history, a little bit about your history with this band. How long have you been together? How did you come about meeting these guys? And yeah, so tell us a little bit about that.
So we have been together almost 4 months, this particular group, and I've known Funky Buddha for many years. We were friends. Most of these guys, well, I've heard of, most of these guys before playing with them. Kat has been with me the longest. She's been playing with me 12 years.
So you know the music real well.
Yeah. And Theo, I used to watch with some of his projects. He's been out in the scene for a really long time. Excellent artist himself. I did not know these two guys, Gilbert and Theo, but they are kind of extended family to some degree. And Billy came on board with Buddha and Theo. So
That's cool.
yeah.
So when did y'all start? When was the first time y'all got together, like a practice night,
Ooh.
and
August.
and
Yeah.
in August this year?
Right, yeah.
Oh,
it
awesome.
was we were trying to figure out just kind of like who was going to work out in some of these parts, and we went through like a few guitars, and we tried a different bass player, and so we were trying to make it all come together. And so I think we started in June, but with this group in particular, August.
So earlier, I asked you a question about your music, and was the purpose of this band to play some of your original music that you had already written and stuff like that?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so how long have you been writing original music?
I've been writing original music since I was 12.
Nice.
But my first release was probably when I was 19, and then my first full-length album was when I was 26. I'm about 5 albums in, so.
Nice. So what inspired you to write that first song? I know for some people it's like sadness, or
Yeah.
some people it's like happiness. Some people just want to tell a story. They're
Right.
storytellers. So what made you want to be like? What inspired you to write that first song?
I was like in junior high, and
in love.
yeah, and I saw my crush, and he was walking another girl to her class, and I was just like crushed on instant, and I went home and I wrote a mariachi song, which is funny because I don't write mariachi music, but it was just like when I thought about the most saddest arrangement you could have, it was like a mariachi song came to mind, and so I wrote a mariachi.
That's cool.
Song.
And so, do you play any instruments?
I played keys when I was younger.
Okay.
And a little bit of percussion, but nothing.
So this first song that you wrote. Sorry, I want to know.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Did you?
Did I use the keys?
No. Did you? What's your writing process like? Do you first write lyrics, and then come up with like a chord progression to it, or are you more like me to where like I find like a cool chord progression, and then I'll think of melodies that sound good, and then I go on to the lyrics.
So it has to be like a catchphrase, and it could be like the hook, or it could be like the first line of the song. But that's how I write it, and the melodies just come to me.
Okay, well that's interesting. I think everybody has their own way of
Right.
writing, and I have my own way of listening to music as well. The way that I like to listen to music is if the music is good, then I'll go back and pay attention to the lyrics.
Right.
It's funny how that works, huh? Because sometimes I'll be
Yeah.
jamming to a song,
Yeah.
and then I'll be like, man, that's a really cool song, and I'll be like, it's like a really good, exciting, happy song, and so then my fiance, she'll be like, it's not a happy song, and I'll be like, what do you mean? She'll be like, well, it says this, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't mean like the lyrics, I mean like it's a cool like
The
cool music song, and so then I'll go and listen to it, and then I'll be like, oh, okay. Now it all makes sense, or I'll be like, that's just the way I listen to music. So, what artist has influenced your style of writing, that you feel like you listen to them, you were like, man, like this artist has really touched me with their music? And do you take any from artists? I'm sure everybody does. I know I do.
Absolutely. I mean, there's so many. There's so
Told you.
there's so many. You did. There's so many, but I think like the first one that comes to mind is like Jim Morrison from The Doors. Like
Okay.
my sister and I used to fall asleep to The Doors every night, But Gloria Estefan, she was like the it girl when I was growing up, and I just wanted to be like her when I grew up. And then just like Celia Cruz, and lots of pop music.
Where are you from,
Stevie
by the way?
Wonder.
Stevie Wonder is awesome.
Yeah, I loved his. I love writing about love, so his love writing style was really awesome, and I loved that.
Where are you from?
I was born in Houston, and my father is from Guantanamo, Cuba, and
Okay.
my mother is from Ciudad de Mexico.
Oh,
So
I'm from Mexico City.
Oh, excellent!
Mhm.
Cheers. That's not.
Yeah, I was like,
Bring in the drinks.
all right, Tio, tell us a little bit about your influences, man. Your style of playing bass, man. It's pretty dope.
Started out being a big Jaco Pastorius head. I played trombone in a high school band, and I also played bass back then. And my band director said, "Hey, man, you hip to Jaco?" And he showed me the Bach cello suites to practice like Jaco would practice. So I'd be practicing that classical stuff on the electric
Cool, man.
bass. I also play upright bass. I'm a jazz guy, so Charles Mingus is probably my biggest composing and upright bass playing influence. But dig a little of everything. So I love African music, Afrobeat, Afro-Cuban, of course. I love Brazilian. I love gypsy music, flamenco, all that
and
stuff.
I can tell your style of playing, man. Like everything that you're describing, it's like triggering what I just heard during sound check.
Right.
It's cool, man.
Appreciate it, man.
So
Appreciate
you
it.
have a YouTube channel?
I do.
Just
Just started it about 3 weeks ago.
sure, man. What is it?
It's The Blind Bassist.
And what do you do on this YouTube channel?
On the channel so far, I'm trying to inspire other people with disabilities to go ahead and show that they, just because they have disabilities, that their talent, they can still put their talents out there and to pursue their dreams, even though they've had some obstacles in their lives. So I'm also, describing what it was like going from full, because I went blind at 30 years old. I'm 44 now.
Oh,
so
okay.
just trying to teach people how to transition, because a lot of people are going blind now. And, just other disabilities. That, and, showcasing my music, showcasing some covers. I'm a multi-instrumentalist, so I'm doing some live looping, playing some guitar, singing, doing some upright bass stuff, some electric bass stuff. But the main thing is to try to inspire other
That's
blind
freaking
people.
dope, man. That's like an excellent concept. I think there's going to be a lot of people that that are maybe going through that phase that need some inspiration. And music is probably one of the most powerful forces on earth, man. You know, music
Definitely.
has gotten me out of like real depressed times. You know, you listen to a song and that you've heard before, but then you go through something and then that song just becomes the song that will get you, you know, the simplest messages in songs will inspire you to get over things. And,
For sure.
and that's a great thing that you're doing. And I believe we're going to be showcasing you here as well with your looping. We spoke about that
Sounds
earlier,
great,
so we're
yeah.
gonna pick a date.
All right.
And yeah, so we're gonna do a show just on him, and it's gonna be super dope.
Sounds
Well,
cool.
we're excited to have you here.
All right,
Miss
thanks a lot.
Kat. So tell us a little bit about your background, your influences.
Well, I started playing the flute when I was in the 2nd grade. And so one of my favorite things to do is try to play a lot of Jethro Tull,
Okay.
of course. But over the years, I don't know if I have any particular influences. I really enjoyed playing my flute. One time I almost hocked it because I wanted some money, and at the last minute I didn't, and I'm so glad I didn't.
Oh,
Because I kept playing it, you know. And then in 2000 I got a saxophone, and I had no idea how to play a saxophone. I just bought one because somebody was selling it. And I was horrible at it for a while, and finally got a little better. Started playing in a band with it. So I like all different kinds of music.
Are you from Houston?
I'm originally from Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah.
I love Chicago.
Moved
I
here
saw
when I
Dave
was
Matthews in
19.
Chicago. It was
Good.
cool. It was a good
And
concert.
yeah, I also have like a side project that I work on. I go by an alias Patty Bullet. So
So I missed that. Say that again.
I have a side project that I've been working on for years. I don't know how long, 15 years. Patty Bullet, and so I've got about 5 albums.
No way.
Yeah, so
What,
I just
and what is it?
do all the things. I play all the instruments on there. I make beats and
No way.
do all the things and the artwork, and I mix and master and do all my own stuff. So
Well, that's pretty dope, man.
yeah, they can check it out at pattybullet.com.
I'm gonna go check it out.
Yeah, so I'm in hiatus right now, learning, trying to figure out what my next album is going to sound like.
So I was about to ask you to the full band, no, but it's just you, right?
It's just me. I did have a live band performance back in 2009, and I was really excited because The Gift of Gab from Black Elixir came out and opened for me. And that was
That's
really
pretty
nice.
awesome.
And he's actually on my album for that. So I was really excited. That was
Well,
probably the best day of my
I'm
life.
excited to go and listen to it. I'm excited
So,
to. Well, welcome
thanks.
here.
Thank you.
And I know the music that Karina plays, the flute parts that you do in there are super dope, man. It
Thank
sounds
you.
super tight.
Thanks.
Thank you for doing that.
She forgot to tell you she paints also.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, she got a lot of eclectic art.
really?
She's very talented.
So whenever I release my album, some art. Tell us a little bit about yourself, sir.
Okay, well,
I heard you were funky.
yeah, that's what comes out, man. Kind of influence of funk in just about every style I ever played. Pretty much how I got the name. A singer started calling me Funky Buddha. I ain't like it at first. But, I used it, and then, other people started digging it. And I was like, cool. So, what I'm saying? I created my little image. Now I have a brand that I'm pushing out, coming out with Funky Buddha gear. It's in the works. T-shirts will be coming out soon, yo.
Awesome, man.
Yeah. And I started playing in middle school band.
Where'd you go to school at?
I went to Clifton Middle School.
Is that here in Houston?
Yeah. In Houston on the northwest side off of Antoine. And then I graduated over to Scarborough, moved over to Eisenhower, where I finished. Then when I came back home, I started playing in church that I grew up in. Played a plethora of genres. So many I can't name, and most of them I forgot. But they still come out in other people's music. You're like, oh, there you go.
A little bit of that.
Yeah, a little bit of this.
I like your sweater, by the way. Very festive. Wait, is it Christmassy? Yeah, it is Christmassy. And music. Yeah, dude. That's pretty nice. Is that part of your Funky Buddha collection?
It sure is.
Is it really?
I didn't make it. No. I got
Oh, I was
this. I
like,
got
that's
this
pretty
off
tight.
of Facebook, man. Yeah.
What about your influences, man? Who has inspired you as a musician?
As a musician, it started out with the Most High musician, artist, Prince Rogers Nelson. That cat, once I found out at a young age how many instruments he played, he recorded all the parts
Yep.
to his music, and everybody had to learn them. I was just like very impressed, and I followed him, and that's been my main influence. Later in life, hip hop came to the scene, and then I got a taste of swing, and I was really digging that. Classical music is a big influence of me because I mean it's like free flowing energy with all these colors just coming in,
Of course.
and out and flying.
I had my classical music phase, man. Like a few years ago, I would listen to nothing but classical music. It's good for the mind.
Yeah, it is, man, for the soul too, man. So and then not too long ago, I started studying jazz, the standards with my mentor Sebastian Whitaker. May he rest in heaven, playing the drums with Prince up there. What's up, boy?
Yeah.
So yeah, and the cat taught me. I mean, it was more than just teaching me drums. It was teaching me the way of life to play jazz, because it's a way of life. You know, all music is a way of life to me. But so I started learning that. Then now, this whole style that Karina has, never played this before, and this is my first time, and I'm really enjoying it. And I don't know what's in my roots, but Latin music really resonates with me very well, from the Latin swing, Latin jazz, Karina music, you know, Tejano is really dope. Mariachi, I love that as well. So all that, I don't know where it's coming from, but it resonates. So it's basically who I am, what I've done, and
Well, we're excited to have you here, sir.
man, I'm excited to be here.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, man, thanks for having me, man.
Awesome, man.
Word up.
Mr. Trumpet player. Or sorry, I didn't know you had the mic, bro. Come on, Mr. Guitar player.
Okay.
So tell us a little bit about your influences, man.
Well, he mentioned one of them earlier, Prince, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the primary reason why I even began to play guitar was him, and but not exclusively. But at that particular time, I didn't start playing guitar until I was 19.
Okay.
So I was kind of like toward the end of high school there, but also I liked a lot of 70s style funk, like blaxploitation movie music, black background music, and of course Eddie Hazel was another influence of mine too. So he was the lead guitar player for Funkadelic.
Oh yeah.
Parliament Funkadelic, yeah. Yeah.
Are you from Houston?
I am from Houston, yes.
It's cool, man.
Yes, I was born and raised in Houston, Texas, and graduated from Lee High School. Born at Riverside Hospital in 3rd Ward.
That's the first time somebody tells us where they were born. What hospital? Did you have a good experience being born there?
Well, I say I was born at the hospital in 3rd Ward, but I grew up in Piney Point, which is an old community on the west side of Houston.
Yeah, I've been
Yeah,
there. I've
okay.
gotten my barn doors, like the hardware from Craigslist out there,
Okay.
from a house. I was like, man, where am I? But it's a pleasure to have you here, buddy.
Thank you.
And we're gonna have a good time, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So what's up, man?
What's up, man?
Doing all right?
Yeah,
Staying warm?
chilling. Maybe a little too warm.
So tell us a little bit about your musical experiences, man. And
Well, I really play trumpet.
Oh.
Keys is, I'm learning keys still at
Okay.
the moment. So all this is still kind of new to me. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing. But I really play trumpet. A lot of my inspiration, man, or my inspiration comes from, like, I used to listen to a lot of Lee Morgan, Freddie Hubbard, like Terrence Blanchard, guys like that.
Mhm.
But in high school, I stumbled upon the RH Factor, and that just kind of blew my mind. And Royal Hog Grove and the RH Factor, like, really kind of took my music and my writing to like a different level. And
You write music as well?
Yes,
You
yes.
write original music or your
yeah,
songs?
I actually have a couple songs out on Spotify and iTunes
Oh, yeah?
and stuff like that.
That's
yeah.
cool, man.
So yeah, you know, I'm learning, man. It's music it's all about learning, and you never stop. So
No, man.
I'm trying to learn as much as I can.
So what were you listening to on the way over here? What were you rocking it out?
I was actually jamming this stuff, man. Just kind
Just gonna get
of going over it, make sure I
Just
know.
get over.
Make sure I know what I'm doing.
Good.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man.
Well, good to have you here, man.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Like your hat, by the way.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Yeah, man. Me. I guess my influences. Well, many moons ago. As a young man in junior high, man, KTSU would do this jazz jam at night.
Uh-huh.
And back then, you know, I only had a little cassette radio, so I'd fall asleep, but I'd hit play and record at the same time, so it would catch everything while I fall asleep.
Yeah.
And I stumbled across Kind of Blue, Miles Davis. I didn't know what it was. You know, I didn't know what it was. There was no introduction. Hey, this is Miles Davis. You know, I grew up hearing Tejano music, Tower of Power. You know, but this was different to me. You know, and that horn was so, man, it was just it hit me to the core. You know, and I remember taking the cassette to high school, to junior high, and we had a high school director come by from MacArthur High School, Mr. Diaz. And I said, hey, man, I said, what am I listening to? Who is this?
Microphone.
Oh, I said, who am I listening to? Who is this? He says, and he listens to it. He goes, that's Miles Davis. And I said, okay. And ever since then, I was hooked, you know.
Miles Davis is awesome, man.
Man, you know, he's he's definitely up there, you know. And then after that, I was fortunate enough to go to a high school where music was almost a religion, you know. And our director would bring in some wonderful, fantastic musicians, and we had opportunities to play with Terrence Blanchard, Wynton Marsalis, and Dugu Chancellor.
You know, some of my best music teachers have been those that are kind of like not by the book, where they actually teach you the real music, and not like just play these like exercises and play your, you know. That's always one of my most memorable band directors are those that actually have the performing experience of like the playing with bands as opposed from just somebody out of school. That's just gonna teach you how they learned. You know, they're just gonna ask you to regurgitate or you know just learn the songs and spit them out without any emotion, without any.
Right on.
And it shows in musicians that actually learn like that. You know, you put some chords on them and they're like, whoa.
Yeah.
And where are the notes, man?
Yeah,
you know?
right on.
So that's cool, man, that their teacher was doing that for you.
He was. And you know, in my life, man, with this horn, I set it down for a little while. I struggled with it being if it was an idol for me, because I wanted to focus on my relationship with my Father in heaven. You know, so I wanted to keep a balance in my life. So I felt like, man, am I pulling away from it a little bit too much?
Yeah.
But no, I balance out, get back on it, practice that horn, stay on the fundamentals. You know, just a student of this thing, man.
Yeah, man.
Just
well, good to
student.
have you here, man.
Yeah, thank you.
It's a pleasure.
Glad to be here.
It's a pleasure. So, Christina, can I get a mic for this?
Did you say Christina?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Shout out to my mom.
Yeah, I was talking about your mom,
Sure.
Karina. Oh my God.
I'll let you make it.
Damn it. All right. It's not the first time or the last time that I'm gonna get her name wrong. But so what songs are we gonna listen to today? What have you prepared for us?
So tonight it's mostly songs off the last album, Je ne sais quoi. One of them is just about me searching for my dream and trying to live it up the best way I can, because I know that my parents and grandparents and great-grandparents paid the price for me to be here, and you know, just it's a blessing to be able to do what I love. We're dating back to the first album, La Fuente de Juventud, which is just the fountain of youth, finding the fountain of youth, and everything in between. Pura Vida is a kind of paradise theme song. The good sound gives me, an introduction as an artist and as a band. And what other songs are in there? I'm trying to think. But yeah, I mean, I explained that one first. But you wouldn't know. What else? Yeah, so just a kind of mixture of the songs. Make It Happen, that's right. Make It Happen in Wiser, which we played on Channel 2 on Houston Live.
Very nice.
A month and a half ago, and or 2 months ago now. 2 months ago, exactly. So those two songs have been pretty inspiring for people. They're off the album before this last album, Living Proof. Wiser's just, you becoming wiser from your experiences, from your mistakes, from whatever, weeding out what you don't need in your life, the negativity. Yeah. Make It Happen is kind of like, I try to make that my theme song. I had an interview the other day and they were asking me like, if you had to name your best song, what would it be? And I said, I don't know about my best song because it's like trying to choose out of all your babies, but
That is true. That is so true.
But, I have to say that here lately I've had a lot of good feedback on Make It Happen, and people have just been saying that it's pulled them through the morning or the day or the evening or whatever. It's just an inspiring kind of anthem song, like, live your life and don't live with regrets and make it happen.
Good. So, the Conquerors.
Yes.
What does that mean? There's no vowels in it.
There's no vowels.
There's no vowels, so.
I think Theo came up with the best, what would we call it? Catchphrase or? Okay. So tell them what.
I was saying we're trying to conquer hearts and minds through music and sound.
Well, that's cool, man. So, why no vowels?
Oh, that was me.
That was you?
Yes. It's just cool, man.
It makes sense.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
go
to our hashtag.
That's okay. Yeah. So where can people find you on social media?
Well, we're all separate as of right now, but I definitely need to start up a little fan page for us. Right now, we're just a hashtag on Instagram. KNQRS is the Conquerors. At Karina Nistal. I'm everywhere you look. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, you name it. Spotify, iTunes. If you hear of Karina Nistal, you can look anywhere for Karina Nistal.
And is that where they can go and listen to your music, your 5 albums?
Yes, on
all
iTunes,
platforms?
on all platforms. If you want to look for me, you can find me.
We'll really appreciate that you're writing original music.
Thank you.
We need more of that in the world.
Agreed.
We have to support the artists that are not afraid to really pour their hearts out. Because
right.
That's what it is.
Yes.
It's your emotions. Some people don't really know how to. I know I sure don't know how to really express myself real well, like out loud. But I can write a song
right.
of how I feel and what I'm going through, and it's cool that there's people like you that are still doing that and that their heart is in it, and we really appreciate that.
Thank you.
And it's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here. We really appreciate it.
No, it's
we're
awesome.
all in awe.
We're all gonna have a good time.
Yeah, this place is undeniably one of the most amazing studios I've ever had the opportunity to be in, and I've been in many. I've been in.
That's like
I've been in
awesome
quite a few from here to LA. So I definitely know great studios,
well, that's an awesome compliment.
And the fact that you've done it all by yourself is pretty
Doing
incredible.
it.
So kudos to you, hats off to you, and thanks for having us
And
here.
speaking of hats,
Yeah, that's right. I meant to plug that.
yeah. So we got our first hats. I had them made, are in our studio hats. I guess if somebody wants one, we can order one. I'm not really selling them yet. I'm gonna hog them right now and make sure. So we have this one in gray, we have red, and we have a gray. Oh, here I'm gonna show the red one. The red one is super awesome. Look at that. Actually, I think I should have worn that one. And then
Wear them both. Maybe not at the same time. There you go.
that one
That's
looks
sharp.
awesome. That is pretty.
That's pretty sharp.
We have a gray one. Can we show off the gray one over there? And that one looks hot. And so, all right, guys. So thank you for tuning in. My name is Roger Ramirez. This is the venue live in R&R Studios. We're gonna give a couple of shout outs to Kevin Hamlin and Tune Out Cancer Fest, February 21st through the 23rd. Ivan Oropesa and Roca Animal for all the support. They're always booking us artists. Every Wednesday we have a live Spanish concert here. King Baby Familia Diego for all the mad love. Always, that guy is super great. He supports all the music in town. We really appreciate him sending us a bunch of artists. Severo Brown with Zona Libre and KFPT.
He's the reason I'm here.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Gracias, Severo.
Thank you, Severo. If you're not watching or if you're watching later, thank you for hooking us up with Karina.
Yes, Karina.
I got it right. I put emphasis on the names 'cause, that's like the third time I say your name. So I'm not going to forget it. Hank Lamb and 90.1 for sending us artists to showcase. And we're really happy that we have had, you know what, whenever I started this, whenever I had the idea, I didn't think that bands were gonna find it like something cool, man. Like we have had, you are our 68th show. We started 3 months ago, and we are our 68th show, and we're very happy. We have bands booked all until February already.
Wow.
And
Awesome.
guys, I really appreciate, because without y'all, we wouldn't have anything because
But what a hell of a platform, let me tell you. If you get invited and you miss your chance, shame on you.
I have a list, my little black book of of bands, and so if you cancel without a death in the family, anything under that, it's an accept. I'm just kidding. No, I know. I understand musicians
Make
are
your
busy.
excuse count.
no, make sure it's a good one. No, I understand musicians get busy and life happens, But we're here for everybody. We want to give a shout out to Westone Audio for hooking us up with all the in-ears that we have. They sent us 11 pairs. I know some of y'all are using them. Theo, do you like them?
Yeah, got it right here. Very nice.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for using them. Thank you guys for sending them. We really appreciate y'all sponsoring us from the very beginning. If you're watching on YouTube, guys, subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you like what we're doing here, help us out with a subscription. We showcase live bands every day. I have had the greatest time these last 3 months. I know I'm like staying at home and like being a hermit or whatever, but I'm here in the studio with bands coming in on a daily basis. So it's kind of funny because I used to go out and try to meet bands to come to the studio, and they would always be like, yeah, like, who's this guy? Like, whenever you try to go talk to a band and they don't know you, they're like, all right, dude, whatever, Yeah. So that happened to me for the longest time. So then I was like, man, what the hell? Like, I have a studio. Nobody wants to come and do any work here. So then I just kind of reversed the psychology, reverse psychologized everybody.
Make them come to you.
And so now I have bands coming to me. And I'm really excited. I'm not complaining. It's so exciting to meet all these musicians. Tons of awesome musicians have been through here, and it's just super cool. Like I have bands on a daily basis, guys. Like a private concert that I have the pleasure of mixing live every night. Yeah. That's like super dope for a person like me. I'm a freaking nerd for this thing, And it's super dope that I get the opportunity to mix bands like y'all, man. It's just a pleasure, and I am thankful for everybody and y'all for being here today.
Thank you.
I think I've said all that I needed to say. If you're watching on Facebook, guys, share this show.
Share.
Make sure that Karina, make sure that she gets new fans every time you share her social media. The potential of her being heard by somebody new is there. That's the power of social media. It doesn't cost anything to share. You're on your phones already. Everybody's always on their phones. So share it. We'll bring the music to your phones. There's a lot of people that can't get out. A lot of parents with kids that can't go out and see bands. Well, this makes it awesome for them so that they can see the bands. And then, that's happened to me a lot. Bands come here that I've never heard of. I hear them, and then I go out to see them play. It's awesome. You know what? The power of social media. If you're watching on Twitter, guys, retweet the event. Give us a bunch of hearts. If you're watching on Twitch, well, good luck because like I don't know what the hell happens on Twitch. I found that even though we do stream on Twitch, the show just goes away. Like afterwards, I try to look for them and I just don't know where the hell they go. But they do stream live while we're live. So if you're watching on Twitch, thank you. And you
Thank
won't
you.
be able to see it again. So it's a once in a lifetime thing. But yes, guys, your support on YouTube, it's really appreciated. We're thankful for everything that has happened these 3 months. We have surpassed all of our goals. Because I set a goal, we surpassed it. I've set another goal, we're about to surpass it. So thank you very much, guys. Somebody sent us a comment on YouTube. Good to see you on live, Karina.
Yes, hi Yasushi. Thank you for tuning in.
All right, guys, so we're going to take like a minute break while these guys go to their booths, and then we'll be right back with you guys. Thank you for watching.